Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to do a quick test on the explosive rounds in Red Dead Redemption 2. Been looking around them and I've been meaning to kind of see just how powerful they actually are, so I conducted a couple of quick tests. So without dragging on for too long, let's just go over the few tests that I have done and my experiences with the explosive rounds. Now, first of all, you probably want to know how exactly can I even make explosive rounds. Well, that's actually pretty simple. All you need is express ammo for that particular weapon that you want to make explosive rounds for, and then you also need animal fat from bear, beaver, boar, duck, goose, and peasant. Those are the only 6 animals you can get animal fat from, and your best bet obviously is to go for duck or goose, specifically because of this clip right here where I was able to kill like 6 of them in one go. Now there's actually a lot of downsides when it comes to explosive rounds. First of all, it requires a lot of time and work to actually get all the explosive rounds that you need. You can only hold a total of 20. For every piece of animal fat you can only make 1 explosive round, which means that you want to have maximum ammo. For example, for your revolver, you're gonna have to kill 20 animals and then craft them as well, which if you're only going for duck and goose could probably take you upwards of like 30 minutes to get those goose together, because again, it is RNG that you're gonna have to deal with. So that begs the question, is it even worth it to go that far? Now, last night I decided to, go hunt for some duck and goose and see kind of like what it's like, how long it would take, and obviously I wanted to see how effective it was on every single weapon. Now, I did this, but it seems that it doesn't really matter what kind of weapon you use, it just seems to be having the same effect when it comes to power. If you're using a pistol, it will do the exact same damage as it will with a sniper rifle, for example. Everything just seems to be one shot, one kill, anywhere on the body. If you shoot in the leg will come off. If you shoot in the head, you'll get especially some very cool kill cams. But overall, the general rule of thumb seems that wherever you shoot, the person or the animal will die. I tested this out as well on a bison, which is a pretty, big animal, and it can take quite a punch. It took 2 shots with a pistol with explosive rounds in order to kill it. A regular black bear took 1 shot to kill, and it just seems that these things are not massively impressive at all. The fire rate of the weapon doesn't seem to change either, it just seems to kind of stay the same really. And weapon degradation is a thing that doesn't really happen that much faster either. You can empty 20 rounds in a row and what you're left with is this tiny amount of weapon condition lost. So it doesn't really ruin your weapon all that much. And if you're using a pistol, for example, you can burn through this ammo very quickly because the Mauser pistol, it fires pretty quickly. And I was using a double action revolver in this too, because it's a bit on the same side when it comes to, in terms of power and fire rate and stuff like that. And the Mauser actually doesn't really fire as fast. It kind of fires the same fire rate as a double action revolver. So I guess, it doesn't really seem to be all that effective at all. When you're looking at the area of effect, for example, if you shoot someone near their feet or a horse, for example, the horse will only just like be a little bit scared, or the AI will be like a little bit like, oh, what was that? It does seem to happen that if you shoot between the legs of an AI, it does do a little bit of damage, but it doesn't actually kill them. So overall, it seems to me that these explosive rounds are more meant to, have some fun with some gore rather than actually being effective. Because I'd also done some tests on a house somewhere where I was like, hey, let's see how big the impact is and if it even does damage to myself as well. So I climbed up the roof and I basically shot on my own feet and I got no damage whatsoever. So you can't even hurt yourself with this either because, as you can see, it's not a massive explosion whatsoever. Then I went up to a side of a house and I used a Mauser pistol, a double action revolver, and also the Lancaster repeater to kind of try and see how big the area of effect was of this bullet. And it seems to be like super tiny. It just kind of only seems that it's the bullet itself that does the damage, and there isn't really like an area effect or like an impact radius whatsoever. It just does damage, and it does it very well. And the weapon wheel itself says that it has the exact same damage as express ammo, which is not necessarily true, but it probably is because of the little explosion that you get with it as well. Now obviously testing this on AI is going to be completely different than what it might be in Red Dead Online if it makes its way to there. But I wanted to make this video because I personally was wondering just how effective this ammo type is. And, you know, probably people are wondering the same thing as well, especially those who are planning on playing Red Dead Online. I figured it'd be an interesting video to upload. But as of now, the way I personally view this ammo type, it takes a lot of effort to make, and you're probably better off just getting slug shots for your shotgun, because that essentially is the kind of the same thing, really. Anyone with a decent shot and just goes for headshots all the time, or even activates Deadeye, is going to have the exact same effect as someone who's going through a whole bunch of hassle of trying to get some explosive ammo. Especially when it comes to online, and they're going to handle it the exact same way. Maybe a single player, I don't know just yet. But if they are, it's not going to be worth the effort of going through a whole bunch of hoops and loops to try to get like 20 rounds of explosive ammo for your revolver, and then maybe during a gunfight you're able to, like, you know, annoy someone a little bit. I personally don't find it worth it to go through all that effort just for that. But anyway, that was it for this quick little video on explosive ammo. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe for more Red Dead Redemption 2 test guides and all that good stuff coming up to you very soon. If you have any suggestions for things that you want me to try out and test out, make sure to leave it in the comment section down below. I'm always looking out for some interesting things to share with you guys. Thank you also very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.